Okay, so this video is going over tables 9.5 to 9.7 in understanding and using English grammar. If you want to follow along, open up your book to page 171. So let's talk about these modals of expectation. We have be supposed to and should. So be supposed to, it expresses the idea that someone expects something to happen. It's often used with expectations about scheduled events, correct procedures, or proper behavior. So if we look in the book, there's a couple of examples. So one says the game is supposed to begin at 10. And the second one says the committee is supposed to vote by secret ballot. In the first one, the game is supposed to begin at 10. What we're talking about is the expectation is that the game begins at 10 because that's what it's scheduled. That's what it's scheduled for. In the second one, the committee is supposed to vote by secret ballot. The expectation is that they will do that is because those are the rules or the procedure. The other examples are I'm supposed to go to a meeting. My boss told me that he wants me to attend, and the children are supposed to put away their toys before they go to bed. In these ones, we're not talking about scheduled events or correct procedures, but appropriate behavior for something to happen. Now, this is not mentioned in the book, but when be supposed to is used in the past tense. So when you say either was or were supposed to, it expressed something that was expected to happen but did not happen. So when you change it into the past tense, it sort of changes its meaning. Not that it is going to happen, but that it was expected to happen, but it didn't happen. So let's look at the comparison with the word should. Should can also be used to express expectation, but there's less certainty with it. As we said with be supposed to, it's often used with expectations about scheduled events, correct procedures, and proper behaviors. So there already is a schedule or a set of rules or an agreed upon set of proper behaviors. So the expectation is more certain. It's more surprising when you say be supposed to and it doesn't happen than when you say should and it doesn't happen. So they're similar, but not the same. So the next one is on page 173. And this one is about ability, can, know how to, and be able to. So all three of these express ability, but they're different. They're different and they'll appear different to a native speaker when you use them. So can is used in two ways here. It's used to express physical ability, right? And it's frequently used with the, sorry, it says a 5-sentence. It means the 5 senses. So like see, hear, feel, smell, taste. So when we use can, the example is given, Tom is strong, he can lift the heavy box. Or I can see Central Park from my apartment. What this means is that the person does have the physical ability to do this, right? That it is possible for them to do it because they're physically able to do it. We can also use can to express a learned skill, like Maria can play the piano, right? In this case, a learned skill is not necessarily a physical ability, but something that you're able to do because of practice. There's 3 negative forms of can, cannot, can't, and cannot, okay? The last of those ones, cannot, when it's 2 words, is becoming uncommon in writing. And you may have noticed if you try to write that on a Microsoft Word, it will correct it and put it together in the first form. Know how to expresses something that is learned. You'll notice that the difference between can and know how to is that know how to is only used for a learned skill. So you can say Maria knows how to play the piano. What you can't say is Tom is strong, he knows how to lift that box, because he he can lift that heavy box is about physical ability. Know how to is about something that you learned. So it doesn't really make sense to say he knows how to lift that box, because it sounds like he went to school or he had a teacher who taught him how to lift a box. So know how to should be limited to expressing learned skills. With be able to is more general than can or know how to. It does express an ability, and it could be either physical or learned. But be able to tends to be connected with the present situation. So that when you use be able to, you're really talking about like right now. So when you're talking about when you say can or know how to, this is not limited to right now. So he can lift that heavy box, and he'll continue to be able to do that one. Maria knows how to play the piano, and she will continue to be that. We're to know how to do that one. But in general, when we use be able to, we're talking about like right now. So the examples that are given are, I'm able to help you now, right? So you could say, I can help you now. You can't say, I know how to help you now. But you might use be able to in this situation because you're talking about something that's connected to right now. It may be in the future that I'm not able to help you, but right now I am. So for example, the other example is, sorry, I'm not able to help you. It's too heavy, or I'm unable to help you. In this one, we're talking about something connected to right now. So then the last point, this is on page 175, is about possibility. So we have can, which means general possibility, right? That something is generally possible, typical, or common. When you say can in this type of possibility, what you're meaning is that it's not impossible, that someone does have the ability to do it. So, sorry, that something. Sorry, no. I'm sorry, not that it's not impossible, but that something is generally possible or generally true. So spices can be expensive, which is something that is generally true, right? That's generally possible. They may be cheap, but they're generally expensive. You can learn a lot by watching cooking shows. Okay, this is not. This is just generally something that is true. The difference with may and might in this situation really mean the same thing. May is probably more common than might, but it may depend on the speaker. But you don't need to distinguish between these two. What these ones express is a present or future possibility, or it means there's a chance that this is true. But there's also a chance that it's not true. Normally, when we're using may or might, we're connected to something more specific. So whereas can is used to talk about something generally possible, may and might would be used for something that is that has a chance of being true, but in a specific situation. So for example, in the book, it says spices may, I'm just going to use may in this one. Spices may be more expensive at that store, specifically at that store. If you say spices may be expensive, the listener is going to be wondering where they may be expensive, where, because it's connected to something specific. In the next one, Liza might need your help in the kitchen. So it's specific to Liza, right? There's a chance that she doesn't need your help, but it's specific, possible to her. What wouldn't make sense in that one would to say Liza can need your help in the kitchen, because remember, can has a general possibility rather than in a specific situation. Okay, so hopefully this helps a little bit. Go ahead and complete the exercises in the book, and we'll discuss it further in class. All right, see you then. Bye.